close match. You know, the desk, they kind of,
Right.
you know, side with Vancouver.
So,
I kind of edge towards, you know, maybe the Shock have a better chance than people expect. They had the third toughest schedule in stage 1 of...
So we're going to skip to here.
Being hungry, being very talented. The main tank role. Sinatra, usually a damage dealer, but playing Zarya an off tank in this meta. I think, though, Violet has been the big difference maker, coming in, you know, after a few games during this stage of really fantastic Zenyatta play.
This roster went 4-3 in the regular season. So far in the playoffs, San Francisco Shock
Alright, cool. Let's get the thing.
do so gainfully is the fact that the rest
Go.
Titans will win that team.
Full HP after he takes some damage. Into damage on your own end.
Alright.
Can be draws on some of these maps.
Yeah, the loser of this map
Down into 3 rounds. So, for example, if both the Vancouver Titans and the San Francisco Shock get to 100% first on 2 rounds, it will go to a third. There will be a winner one way or another. It's time to get this started, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise as we head into our stage 1 final.
And no surprise with the compositions that both teams are running. 3 tanks and 3 supports.
Yeah, so the Shock are coming from the right side, while the Titans are coming from the
meta right now. It's the way to play Overwatch. So you can see the Reinhardt here, a Bumper just trying to work his way onto the point. The Shock have the...
Here, the Shock over here have the point control, so the Titans have to push into them, which probably isn't very, like very good for them.
Players there first, they want to play from the position of the...
Alright, so Bumper goes in with Bubble. So Janu's already going low, but Sinatra's low on the other side.
Point.
So,
make Vancouver attack.
This guy on your screen.
Bumper goes
The
in.
focus of his team. Bumper starting.
Janu over here is so low that he has to go back, and Bumper has to take a lot of damage just so that Janu stays alive.
By posturing aggressively onto the point. Both
Right.
these teams are...
Sinatra still have health, but I think he'll be fine. Yeah. Super is kind of low. It's kind of took a little bit of damage. But if you see Bumper and Janu's health over here. Crap. Oh, wait. Okay. If you see, how do I make this less thick? Alright, whatever. So, if you see Bumper over here, and Janu, they're very low. Their health is pretty low, and so they have to back up and probably take this point. And Shock can probably take the point.
They're going to be fighting for supremacy in this area, but the San Francisco Shock, they do a fair bit more damage.
So now Bumper's healed up, so he can probably go in with Haxel. And Janu over here is still low.
Earlier, the Titans have to back away for just a brief moment and get...
So now, Titans now have control, and the Shock are outside of the point, over here. See, Lucio here, and everybody else is over here, right? So now, the Titans, they'll probably push back in once Super gets healed up, because Janu is still very, very low.
Healed back up, Haxel, shield bashes across the board.
Super goes super low, but Rascal gives him the armor trap. But now they can push on him because they don't have...
When hoping to catch some of it, Super's low, and his shield
Super dies.
Was broken. The war of attrition going in favor of the Vancouver Titans. That 1 kill, hugely important to them now. Sinatra's able to fire back and slam, but the Graviton Surge is being used by both teams. Both rosters held in place. Bumper goes for a charge. He connects. Sinatra hit the wall, and the Titans come out of a brutal fight on top.
With this fight, right, we have San Francisco with Beat. We have Beat and Rally, so they're probably going to rally in. And we have Bumper here with Shatter. We have Twilight and Janu both with their ults. So they'll probably want to go for the Shatter Bomb or just engage with Bomb. But I don't think that's likely because they'll have...
now with 10% on the board.
Yeah, and it looks like the Shock, they were on the point early, they were able to get some position, but when Super's Reinhardt shield gets broken, that's the go sign for the Vancouver Titans. As soon as Reinhardt doesn't have that shield, You push right in around it. You see Slime here getting the follow-up kill, chasing Rascal back to the spawn.
That Reinhardt shield has 2,000 hit points, and you can see as it's starting to get broken or chipped away at by the other team. And a lot of those fights are decided by who can focus that shield down first.
So now you have some of these ultimates coming online. You can see at the top of the screen the check mark means the hero has the ultimate ability. That'll be Rascal using his. That's going to be the rally to open things up.
Self-destruct, Jano throws it in. It's dangerous!
So, right over here, they're coming up top left.
Chipped away at by the other team. And a lot of those fights are decided by who can focus that shield down first.
So now you have some of these ultimates coming online. You can see at the top of the screen the check.
Alright, so now we have Sominsu trying to get some charge. Choyobin's coming up on his Diva bomb. And alright, let's see how this plays out.
Mark means the hero has the ultimate ability. That'll be
alright. So they rally in, and they haven't used their ults, and so Choyobin should get a bomb this fight. But since Bumper's going so far in, Rascal's going a little bit low. Everybody's taking a little bit of damage. So
Rascal using his. That's going to
be now Jenny uses bomb. Super gets he gets stunned by Haxel. So you see over here, Haxel shield bashes Super. And so now, Super's so out of position of his team that since the bomb is going this way, Super is here. So, he can't shield it. He can only shield himself, even after the stun wears off. And so, Sinatra gets picked.
The rally.
Right.
Open things.
You see that, right? Moth tries to use sound barrier, but it's already too late. See, Super can't do anything because his shield is over here. Everybody else gets out of line of sight, but Sinatra gets stunned up. He gets shattered, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he gets shattered. So you see over here with the stun thingies? Alright. He dies.
Jano throws it in. It's dangerous!
Super gets cornered here and is about to die as well. Oh.
Sinatra!
Yep. And then they just
couldn't get away from that one. He was knocked to the ground.
Bumper gets picked because if you go back, he goes too far in.
That's going to be the rally to open things up.
See where Bumper is?
Jano throws it in. It's dangerous.
He charges Rascal over here, and then he gets picked. But,
Sinatra couldn't get away from that one. He was knocked to the ground by Bumper's Earth Shatter. And one of the most important damage dealers on the side of the Shock was removed from the fight before it began. There's no chance for San Francisco to come back. They have to regroup.
And that's not a great fight for the San Francisco Shock. They end up having two of their support ultimates being used with the rally to engage and then the sound barrier as well.
Alright, so San Fran is coming up on these...
And they get absolutely nothing for it. Now the Vancouver...
On this one, on these three ultimates, right? Vancouver have Grav plus all three support ults. So this is probably a one map for Vancouver. Probably it's not looking very good.
Vancouver Titans, you see all three of their supports, the Brigida, Lucio, and Zenyatta have their support ultimates online.
And all of those ultimates involve healing, keeping your teammates alive, which is what the Titans need now to get to that 100%.
They're kiting around. You see how they rotated over here? So now Bumper has to go in here and try and contest them. But where's everybody else? So, so we have Twilight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're missing one person. I can't tell who it is, but Bumper. All right, so it's Bumper, Slime, Sominsu, Haxel, and Jen. So we're missing Twilight, which is probably up top actually, so it makes more sense. Nope, Twilight's here. I just missed. Alright, never mind. I'm stupid. So now Titans have to Shock have to back
two
off.
Right now. Again, the teams
Sinatra uses his personal
will face up with the
so they rally in, and Rascal goes super low, but shield bashes away. So now they can use Graph. You see? So they have Graph here, and Violet probably can get Trance in this fight, but it's like not before the Graph.
Straight away.
Unless they take it away. Actually, no. Violet actually builds it. So Even if they go for the grab.
For the rally.
Alright, so it's a pretty big shatter. The shatter connects with slime and Janu. If they pick off slime, that would be huge because then they can't use, you know, barrier. But then super goes really low here, I think.
It's a little bit more durable for the time.
Twilight was able to use react using Trance.
Being super tried to ward the Titans off with an Earth Shatter, but it didn't connect. The Titans really unperturbed.
But now they've used two.
The Titans will 4-0 Soul. Exile, shield bashes across the point, hoping to catch some of it. Super's low.
Wrong one.
The Titans are a little bit more durable for the time. Being super tried to ward the Titans off with an Earth Shatter, but it didn't connect. The Titans
hasn't built a grab still.
Really unperturbed at this point.
Because he got Diva bombed, and then he used his grab on the first fight. So now Choyobin is going to go really low because Silman Su is going to try and take her out of mech and then just grab immediately. So yeah.
Still want to push forward. Silman Su, the number under his targeting reticle is the percentage.
Yep, and he uses grab here, right? Violet has Trance, so Bumper will probably get
his charge, and he is charged up, fully ready to do a lot of damage, and the Graviton surge.
Yep, and kills Rascal, because Trance can't do anything against burst damage. So now, even though now they probably didn't need to use Sound Barrier, but to clean up the fight, they can
again Bumper finds Rascal, puts him up against.
Okay. Now the bomb with Choyobin, right?
Now the Graviton surge, the shock itself, the strike attempt.
Never mind. So Choyobin picks off slime here with the bomb because somehow Bumper wasn't caught in it, and then Bumper goes super low, so Super just fire strikes. Sinatra here is really low, Choyobin is really low, but they're still able to win the fight because Haxel gets his shield broken, even though Haxel put his shield up, slime wasn't behind it. So now this is probably a one fight for the shot.
Fine slime. Sinatra was so low we had
to. Even though Janu picks off Sinatra, Super gets Haxel, and that's most of the healing gone. And they don't have any staying power. They literally have Silman Su, Twilight, and Janu versus Super, Choyobin, and Moth.
Back out, Super is beleaguered, set up on all sides. He has to back away from the point with the shock. Have to have a player touching during this overtime to keep.
Janu picks up Super, and Janu has self-destruct. That's not good. Maybe actually.
That ticker going. It's already 99.
Yeah, see, they break Choyobin's map.
To 0 now, but Silman Su is on cleanup duty. Choyobin ejected from his mech. Finished off. No, he gets around the corner.
Now, Bumper's back and everybody else is back.
The Shock don't have the resources to fight this with 6 players now. They have to use what they have left, and it's not enough. The Vancouver Titans take the point in the first fight, and they do not give control over once in that round. It's a shutout.
Yeah, and the big thing there is Silman Su and that Zari able to keep that energy out the entire game, that average energy for that first round of 76%. That's massive. You're able to put down so much damage. He accounts for 30% of all the damage that Vancouver had there in that first round. If you can't eliminate the Zarya will hold on to that charge and able to pump out all that damage. Nothing you could really do there if you're the Shock.
Matt, it really seemed like the Titans, after winning that first fight,
were
at
so
an
now
advantage for almost the entire stage after that.
Now as we
the same.
Move to the next control point. You see that big pit? That's where you're going to see Winston come into play here for both teams. So Reinhardt, the main thing we just saw with the large shield and hammer, he goes away for the monkey with the Tesla cannon as Winston provides so much better mobility.
So you see we have Super jumping in here and Bumper jumping in here. So
you're able to see this jump here from Bumper. You're not going to be able to fall in that hole rather easily.
It allows that main tank player to be almost...
but everybody on Vancouver is so low. Look, it's amazing how if they survive. It's amazing if they survive. See, they have Slime like 2 bars, and Janu have like 0 health. Like it's like not good for the Titans.
Everywhere at once, respond to threats.
Yeah, see, they back off.
No matter where they may appear, he trades in the raw damage of Reinhardt for the ability to displace.
See, now Super jumps in with Treobin and Rascal coming in with it.
His foes.
Now Bumper gets super focused and melted.
During Primal Rage, the
now
Bumper goes down early. Perhaps his aggressive tendencies now backfiring somewhat, as this will leave the Shock free to begin capturing the point.
Yeah, so the Shock, they push up, they get that elimination on a Bumper, they double back, now take the point. We'll see where they decide to hold. You know, you don't have like that big Reinhardt shield to hold one of these choke points.
There's not going to be any ults. Sinatra can build a grab, and Haxel can build a rally. But you see how far, Rascal is from his rally, and Haxel is. Compare these two. Look, he's only at 38%, and even though Haxel lost the fight, he still built to 78% of a rally. Violet's ahead in Trance, but Moth is below Slime. Because Janu probably was really low and was able to keep. So
they kind of want to let Vancouver come.
But Super and Choyobin are above their...
Come in a little bit. Then let their win.
Bumper keeps going really low, but
Instant
his
jump onto some of these
really
squishy
good.
targets in the back.
Super's looking.
Yep, and Violet picks off Slime, so now they can probably win this. And this is a dangerous fight because we have Titans, right? Slime can't build his sound barrier. But now, with the cleanup, these guys, the Shock can build their things, their ultimates. With Sinatra and Rascal, no, Sinatra, Super, and Choyobin can probably get their ults this fight. And Violet as well, obviously.
Looking for supports in the back
Unless
line,
they,
but
like,
Violet's
throw
found
the
one
fire.
already across the map, long range with Zenyatta.
Unless they back
Just
off.
that
Unless
one
they can't
kill
get
means the
any
Titans have to pull out, but in doing
Yeah,
so,
and
they're
they can't
going to
pull
get munched
Yep.
up by the Shock,
We have Summon Sue
who will
getting
gain
picked.
more ultimate percentage by
Sinatra
doing this
teabagging.
damage.
And there you see
And
Sinatra,
you see
his Zarya.
Sinatra, Super, Violet, and Choyobin, all very close to rolls. Some of them even have them.
Completely charged up like we saw Soman Su in that first round.
Yeah,
He's
it's gonna be
already got this
interesting how
Graviton
Sinatra's
Surge,
gonna
the
place
big
this
Zarya
grab.
ultimate.
The Titans have are close to Sound Barrier, Trance, and Grab.
Decides a lot of team fights.
It really is game-changing, or at least fight-winning in many cases.
But
And he's well ahead of Solmin Su in accruing that percentage.
6 ults.
Grabs everybody out, lumps them together, able to put down a ton of
So they rally in, right? And Rascal doesn't even have his, so
damage here.
Oh, nice job, Sinatra
can't
gives him
counter
off the
rally.
bubble, a shield to get
Super
him.
goes low. Super goes half. So now this is probably enough to make them back off and let Vancouver take some of this circle point, but they can
Out of trouble, but the Titans will now move to the point. They will,
Yeah.
I guess,
So
try
it
and
goes to the
beg
chest.
the Shock to try.
Super uses Primal. Bumper doesn't even have his Primal, but Somin Su's coming up on grab. So unless Sinatra grabs first and kills Somin Su, yeah, he has to do that.
Try and fight them out in the open here, but they're a little bit split right now.
But yeah, but even if Somin Su grabs, they have Trance, they have Sound Barrier, and they have Rally. So they have basically all the support ults. So unless they Diva Bomb it, which Janu isn't even close to over here, they can't win this fight.
It's the face of the screen, goes Super to chase after Bumper.
Yep. So Treobin grabs. Treobin uses bomb thingy. Bumper's gonna die before the bomb even hits, right? We have Super trying to use his muscles and kill Bumper, and Bumper's gonna get super focused and dies. Unless he uses Primal, but that'd be a waste because then the Diva Bomb would kill him.
Bumper, that's the Graviton.
Yep, he uses Primal
Surge now.
and dies. See, he gets instantly melted even after using Primal. So they've used all 3 of their tank ults. See over here, and Somin Su uses his Grav, which I don't know why, and Bumper uses his Primal. So now with this fight being over, right?
Bumper's trying to go for the primal range, but it's not going to keep him alive. He's taken down by Choyobin. The self-destruct thrown in there by Choyobin to zone out the rest of the Titans and getting close enough to help their main
Super
tank.
gets
This is looking much better for the Shock. 63% to 0.
Yeah, and the Shock getting aggressive. They want to chase some of these eliminations down. You allow Super to get back.
Alright, so Janu, Twilight, Slime have their ults. Nobody on the Shock besides Moth has his. Somin Su already has more grab percentage than Sinatra.
back in the fight. See Vancouver, they have to play a
So
little bit
with this
passive,
fight,
don't want to lose
they need
anybody
to
here.
make them
So you
use
did lose your main
the
tank as the
support
shock
ult before
already
using
up
your own.
to 75%
So they need to use
here. You're looking
barrier
at like maybe one
and
more
trance
team fight
before
to decide
they
this point
use
potentially.
their sound barrier.
The Titans aren't working with
Or
too
they
much.
have to
do
sound
have
barrier
two support
first and engage and kill them before they use their ults.
ultimates to use. Slime and Twilight. And they'll be necessary
And we have Bumper
to
jumping
keep
in.
the Titans durable as they are going to have to
So
fight
this is
tooth
last
and nail
fight,
for control.
right? And
At this point, Bumper already takes a large amount of damage, as does Janu. So both tanks
Janu gets so low, but Moth is gonna use barrier first. Alright, I don't really like that play, but
on the Titans already copying a bit of a beating. Slime now going to try and push in, displace people and knock
so now, right, with the barrier gone, Slime can counter with the beat, counter beat, and now they have more sustain and can just go on super.
to the point. It doesn't work out though, and Bumper
Unless
goes.
Bumper dies, and Twilight is so... Twilight goes late on the trance, so Bumper dies before he trans.
Down. What an important pick for the San Francisco Shock. Twilight's got no choice but now to go for
Super goes
the
in.
trend.
Half heart.
Sentence to keep what remains of his team vital,
Yep,
but
and
it
now
may
they
not
can
be enough.
counter
Another support ultimate. This
that.
time it's Slime
But
trying to
they don't have any
propel
support ults now because he tranced too late.
the
Now Haxel dies with rally up,
Titans forward. But Huck's
and they have Grav Bomb.
fallen. The Titans fighting with 4 now.
Sinatra forehead.
Those players will respawn to rejoin the fight, but it might be too late. Janu is taken down after he uses the self-destruct, and now we're in overtime. The Titans have the touch the point in some way or another, but Bumper's been forced back. Sinatra's caught in so much graviton
Yep, and
on surge, but Violet keeps him alive.
that was a great play by San Francisco. They beat first, right, and they were able to kill Bumper before Twilight got trance.
With
I'm
one
pretty sure it was
round
Twilight.
apiece won.
And
We will have a
yeah.
final round on Nepal to decide map 1's victor.
When you saw the shock do there at the end, really nicely, is use the mobility of their Winston and Diva to just juggle the point. So you need somebody on there to contest at all times. Sometimes it would be Super and the Winston jumping down, putting down some damage, then he would jump away, get healed up. Choyobin on Diva would just fly right in, hold the point, and it forces Vancouver in that position when you get into overtime to use some ultimates in ways they probably would not have liked to. And the fight just goes on for so long, eventually the shock gets advantage. So now we move into the final point here on Nepal. See both teams go back to the Reinhardt.
How huge is this map for the Shock to take away the first map when they are hugely underdogs?
Yeah, I mean, like the
all right.
so Titans have not
5 seconds.
suffered many
Yep, and they're going goats. Cool.
no first map defeats, right? The Shock undefeated on this map. So to win this map, get an advantage here for the Shock, put the Titans on.
All right. So. Yeah, the same.
The back foot. We massive.
Bumper going super low already,
Gets
and
the Discord all placed on him early on. That's Violet amplifying the rest of his team's damage against the main tank of the Titans.
see now
And that forces
once Bumper goes low, they
very
have to
quickly.
back
He took
off.
more damage than he would have liked to.
Now they're going
He needs
left
to
side.
regroup with his
I
team. Too
kinda
early
like,
on, the Shock
'cause
gain a
they're
strong
having to
position.
rotate.
Now they need to leverage this into a one-team fight.
This is just like how the first point.
I hate it when my Diva does that. Like, when I'm Zarya and I put up my shield for the charge for Reinhardt's Fire Strike, and then Diva just eats it. Like, I'm trying to get charge, and Diva just eats the damage, and I can't do anything now. See, now he uses his personal, so...
Point went though, where the Shock had position on the point, then they lost their Reinhardt here early. So see if they can adjust. Super
Bumper
playing around
goes
the
low.
pole. He gets a
Bumper's
bubble
super
there
low.
from Sinatra, so goes up, tries to get some damage. See Bumper low, he has to back up here.
This is huge. A big momentum swing against the
Yep,
Titans.
Janu goes...
The Shock, they
low
win
and
clean.
Stop. Janu goes super
One of their
low.
most key players, and I need
Nope.
It's a bubble.
like to.
See Bumper low, he has to back.
Thrown, and other Titans have to think of another angle of attack.
So,
You know, both
Janu
teams gonna
goes
get these
low
Zenyatta
there,
ultimates
right?
online.
Even though nobody dies, I think, in this fight, Shock still gets first point. And Janu has to, Janu has to... Oh, this is how you do it. Alright, Janu now has to...
Line at about the same time.
Now has to get healed up, and
You
now
see at the top of the
they have
screen,
fight.
Twilight. He's got
No,
his
they
check
come
mark.
back
You
in.
have that big.
Super goes so low, and now they're just gonna push them. And now they probably lose control.
Zenyatta ultimate to keep him alive.
Super, oh no!
And Violet uses trance too late, so they can't save Super.
Down!
And now they're using Rally. It's probably a panic ult, right? Please tell me that's panic ult.
Violet was trying to keep his main tank up, but Bumper, he saw the blood in the water and he chased for it. Now the Shocker at a distance.
Sinatra has Grav, and Choyobin's close to self-destruct, but so does Bumper and Sominsu. Slime has close to a Sun Barrier as well.
Advantage, they're lacking one of their most key players, and they need to maintain control of the point.
And
so
they have
Sinatra
Bumper.
thinks deep, goes for the ground.
Bumper's still alive.
What a heal! Fantastic by Haxel. Repair pack.
I would be so angry if I did that. Like nobody focuses the Grav target, and then they still survive somehow.
Alive despite the graviton, and despite her.
Super hits a big shatter, and now
That is a massive earth shatter to stop the Titans from following up and getting damage done. The Shock still control this point. 38%. Looks like they might have lost it there, but Super just saved their bacon.
And they keep Sinatra alive through this. He uses the Graviton Surge. You see at the top of the screen. He's already at 80%, close to another one. And we usually see teams hold on to these ultimates a little bit longer, right? Like they'll use them. When Super dies, they use the Graviton Surge right away. Sinatra tosses that in there. They're able to extend that fight. Super comes back. It's a huge Earth Shatter to keep the point going there for the Shock. That's a huge first fight. That's just the first fight of this game. The Shock already.
Yeah, so what the casters are saying is, you see how there's 63% built on the Shock? Because Janu goes super low, right? Because Janu goes super low, they're able to cap. And all this time, they were unsuccessful in capping the point. So, even with Super dying, right, and them being grabbed off the point, Choyobin wasn't caught by the grab and was able to tag the point in and out, so that Super was able to hit the big shatter and come back in. So now, that was a disastrous fight for the Titans, because now they have no ultimates besides Janu. And maybe Twilight, Haxel, and Sominsu can build theirs this fight. But Bumper, and maybe Bumper, because Bumper's, Bumper, but...
Already up at 60% and counting.
That shatter completely stops the momentum of the Titans. Now they have to start from square one. Try and eke out some other advantage.
Now they have, so the Shock wants to win this fast, so they don't build any ultimates, right?
Have so many ultimate abilities to work with now. Sinatra's waiting on the Graviton Surge.
Sinatra goes super low. Look how many people are low on the Shock, right? Twilight has Trance, Sominsu has Grav, Haxel's close to Rally, and Janu has Bomb. And compare that to the Shock, right? The Shock basically have the same ultimates, except for Rascal having the Rally and Moth not having Beat. But Bumper, right? Bumper, unless they pull off a miracle with... Because Violet wants to save that Trance for Sominsu's Grav. So he can't use Trance and heal everybody up.
He needs to stay alive. He takes a lot of damage early.
See, immediately when he hears Trance, Sominsu uses... No, actually, they actually didn't do it because of Violet's Trance. They did it because Janu bombs here, right? He bombs here, and Sominsu was like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw my Grav here, so everybody gets in it."
Now pushes in. He sees
and that's big. See, if we replay that, right?
Shatter to keep the point going there for the Shock. That's a huge first fight. That's just the first fight of this game. The Shock already up at 60% and counting.
That shatter completely stops the momentum of the Titans. Now they have to start from square one. Try and eke out some other...
Oh, Choyobin gets stunned up. That's why he got so low. And now, with Sinatra pushing past Super and takes 20 million damage.
Waiting on the Graviton Surge, the one that could just...
And what is Rascal doing? Oh, Rascal goes... Oh, Rascal gets booped, and so takes a lot of damage.
To work with now.
No, Rascal is just gets domed twice.
From square one, try and eke out some other advantage because the Shock have so many ultimate abilities to work with now.
Yep, Rascal gets domed twice by Twilight.
Just waiting on the Graviton Surge, the one that could just end this fight straight up, and he needs to stay alive. He takes a lot of damage early.
Right, Super right now is over here. Stunned up, can't do anything about this bomb. Right, it's gonna go kablamo and kill everything on the team. Yeah.
Now pushes in.
See, Super gets stunned up and killed, and Rascal, I think, has her shield his shield broken.
Because the shock
Or
has got the
something.
ultimate ability
Something
to work
happened
with
to
now.
Rascal, so that he
Sinatra's waiting on
couldn't
the
block the
Graviton
bomb.
Surge, the one that could just end this fight straight up, and he needs to stay alive. He takes a lot of damage early.
Is Rascal just dumb and didn't put up his shield? I need to read that.
Now pushes.
What? How did he die?
He sees the self-destruct, but Rascal and Super.
That's not good. We have Bumper over here, not blocking the bomb, with his team over there. That's not good.
Still taken down.
Oh, never mind. Apparently, Soman Stu still had both bubbles up, so now they can probably win this. With Bumper using his Shatter, but Sinatra has his bubble.
Trying to reciprocate, but his bomb
Troyobin gets immediately
is not
melted out
as
of
effective.
Snap.
With only 4 players remaining, the shock have no business being on this point anymore. They pack their things up and head
So
back
coming
to
into this
sport.
next fight,
This is a big
Coming into this
combo
next
set up
fight,
there from the Vancouver
they
Titans.
only
The Zarya
can build
Graviton
that.
Surge.
They can't build
Johnny
anything
uses
else
his
besides
Diva
maybe Bumper's
self-destruct
thing.
to launch that big bomb
Supers
in there.
can build
Picks up
his.
2.
Moth can build his.
So now
And
Vancouver has control of the point, starting from 0%. It's a big
Maybe
mountain to climb here. The shot
Violet-
they've in one fight, they're looking pretty good.
Vancouver will need to win 3.
yeah, this is the last fight,
more
territory.
fights.
Like, no, not for the stage, but for the shock. If Shock win this,
so close.
Vancouver
One more
probably
fight
lose
would essentially
the
give
match.
them the win on this map if they can win it.
They're
Won't
trying
be
to
enough
build.
time for the
They're
puck
trying to build
back.
some ultimates here. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, see,
It's
I don't know what
massive.
Bumper
That is
was
huge.
doing.
Somitsu Slime and Twilight all
Go back,
knocked to
go
the
back,
ground.
stop,
Slime.
stop. Alright, go back. If we go back, right, you can see the moment Subaru
More
realizes Bumper
Stay
isn't
control
with
this
his
point
team,
to steal this
right?
round away. The shock are so
For
close.
some reason,
One more
Haxel
fight would
rotate back
essentially give
around
them the win
the
on this
pillar
map if they can win it.
and isn't behind Bumper's
What do you
shield.
get?
See, the moment
Time for
Bumper Super realizes Bumper over here isn't blocking anybody over here, he goes for the Shatter. Right? He goes for the
Trying to build some ultimates here.
Right.
That's what they're trying to do.
And Bumper gets either booped or he just doesn't care and walks to the right and doesn't even block the Shatter. And
Shatter,
and-
it's massive! That is huge! Somitsu Slime and Twilight all knocked to the ground. Slime did manage to get that sound barrier off.
Slime
just in
gets
the nick
sound
of
barrier,
time,
so
but the shock
it
is
wasn't
still
that big of a shatter, but it still showed Super
to find some
knows how
pickoffs
to
here.
play video.
Super's a little bit low. Bumper is knocked back.
Bumper gets super low, and Sominsu gets Bubble, but Bubble's gonna be broken
Now
so
forward
fast,
into
and
the shot.
yep, and Bumper dies. Violet gets pressured into using traits.
In the nick of time, but the shock is still looking to find some pickoffs here.
Wait, why did
Super's a little
Violet
bit
use
low.
strength here?
Bumper is knocked
He knows
back.
Sominsu doesn't.
Now forward
Oh, Super goes
to the
down.
shock's lineup. He goes down.
Now
Finally,
they
kill
win
the
this.
Transcendence late in the fight. The shock are looking very good. The Titans are now down to half a squad, and they cannot contest. They will give the point back to the shock. And now San Francisco very close to
And
the
John,
victory.
out of position here, you see him fly up on Sinatra's screen. He's very low. No healers here for the Titans to get him all healed up. He's going to have to be the one that touches.
Johnny has to throw himself in.
Sominsu has Grab, and Shock doesn't have any support ult to counter it. He has Rally, but like, how much can Rally really do?
The mech is destroyed, but he at least can still stay around.
They have to
and
kill
fight.
Sominsu
He's
immediately.
effective when he's
Oh,
not
and they solo grab Super.
inside his mech.
Now Super's probably gonna get
Super gets
focused.
grabbed, so does
Nope, he doesn't get focused. Sinatra grabs. That's a big grab, and everybody swings into it. Bumper gets
Baton Surge.
stunned up and
Now it's
can't
fired
use
back
his
at the
thing.
Titans with a
Bumper, yep, Bumper gets destroyed, basically. And so now, both Reinhardt's out of commission. Both of them having ults. The key issue is Choyobin has Bomb. And there's no ultimates on this side. Choyobin has Bomb, Violet's close to Trank, right? And... no, Janu's close to Remac. Slime is close to Beat a little bit, kind of, maybe. But the issue is with the self-destruct, and they don't have any shields to block.
Transcendence keeps them alive. Both Reinhardts are down. Both teams at 5 players. Both missing their main tanks.
Now,
Sinatra
once
versus
Sominsu
Sominsu, the 1v1
uses
happening on the left
both.
side of your screen. He's looking for kills.
Yep.
Playing so aggressively. Self-destruct from Choyobin. It forces the Titans away. Doesn't find a kill though. Slime has gone
they get
down. Janu's missing. Sominsu cannot get there right time. Map 1. It's your boys, the underdogs. San Francisco start off this series with a statement.
They remain undefeated there on Nepal for stage 1. The self-destructive Chayobin seals the deal there for the Shock as our underdog team steals map number 1.
What an important way to begin this series on a high note. No